fighter looking to change that here this evening. Lupe Contreras.
Entrando a la jaula, Valentina Escobar.
We know about Chile. It is a burgeoning fight country. Some good one, Pablo Villaseca back in the day in Combate, certainly at the top of that list. And now, Valentina Escobar. This is her debut. She has prepared mightily for this, likes to strike, and like so many fighters, discovered MMA after seeing Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, she was inspired by Rousey, just like many women have in this great sport of mixed martial arts. And now she's ready to show the world what she has been working on in Chile. She trains with a good friend, Miss Gloria Bravo, who will soon be competing. I'm sure we'll see her very soon inside La Jaula. And she's going up against a very seasoned fighter as well. A lady who's had just a little bit of more experience than her inside the Jaula, or in the cage for that matter, and Fernanda Larios from Mexico.
Su oponente, Fernanda Larios.
Fernanda Larios trains at the Samurai Fight Center. Just 21, already got her pro career off and running. Was an amateur champion at flyweight, now fighting at strawweight. All business here. This is a huge fight for her, Rodolfo.
And she eats, sleeps fighting, as her boyfriend is Axel Osuna, who we've seen compete here inside La Jaula. She's dedicated to MMA 100%. As you mentioned, Max, she was very successful in the amateur levels, picking up some belts. And curiously enough, she was a diver. So you know she has great cardio.
Great cardio and not afraid of heights, for whatever that's worth. So this is going to be a big one for Fernanda Larios. Mexico versus Chile. You mentioned Claudia Bravo and Christian Barraza also helping build the brand down there in the southern tip of South America. And we'll be ready for this one as we go head to head, and both very young in their careers. 1-inch height advantage for Escobar, all even on the reach, and it is at the 115-pound limit. Both of them making weight. Escobar, Larios. Let's get ready for this one. We go back inside La Jaula with Lupe Contreras.
Más acción, 3 vueltas, división peso paja. We continue with much more action, 3 rounds. In the strawweight division, los jueces son, the judges are James Lázaro, Vicente Rodríguez y Eliseo Rodríguez. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. Presentando en la esquina azul, vestida de azul, introducing the blue corner, wearing blue, su peso oficial, 115 libras y media, her official weight, 115½ pounds. Esta noche se lanza a las grandes ligas de las artes marciales mixtas, debutando dentro de la jaula de Combate Global tonight. She makes the leap into the big leagues of MMA, making her debut inside of la jaula, representando a Lampa Santiago de Chile, Valentina Escobar. Su contraria en la esquina roja, vestida de rojo, her opponent in the red corner, wearing red. Su peso oficial, 115 libras, her official weight, 115 pounds. Esta noche entra a la jaula en busca de su primer victoria profesional, con récord de 2 derrotas tonight. She enters la jaula in search of her first pro victory with a record of 2 losses. De Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, Fernanda Larios. El referee, Raúl
Porrata and his stash. Third inside la jaula.
Obedezcan mis órdenes y protegen en todos momentos. Toquen guantes, regresen a sus esquinas.
Going all Tom Selleck on us, Raúl Porrata. It's a dated reference, but I'm sure many of you will remember that.
Lista.
This is a fun fight to see these young stars coming inside La Jaula.
And it's great to see them all bright-eyed and involved in this, knowing this is the beginning. And that's what we're about here in Combate Global, about the beginning, of seeing the development so that these fighters can reach the heights that they've trained so hard to reach. Already the guillotine attempt for Escobar in blue.
As our Jefe says, this is the new playlist on your phone. You're seeing young fighters.
New is good.
Hungry.
Valentina Escobar on her Instagram account has this quote: La vida es corta, viva tus sueños, comparte tu pasión. Life is short, live your dreams, share your passion.
Great takedown already from La Chilena. Working on a crucifix. If she could get that other arm across.
Maybe something here.
Fernanda.
Into the side control. Still, that leg's still trapped in there, so Larios able to quell it.
Yes, she's trying. She is attempting there to grab that on the other side. She could crucifix her. There are many
Tenderizing in the
opportunities.
midsection.
Many opportunities, Max, for Valentina to finish this bout very early. It'll be a quick debut.
Back into the guard.
Fernanda, of course, pushing up, posturing her hips to get out of this dangerous position. She should search for, see how she's gripping that right arm.
Staying very active, Rodolfo, trying to crawl out of that guard.
She's trying to grab something. You see how she's trying to grab that wrist control.
Elbows, careful, back of the head.
Maybe even a triangle if she can get that leg. There it is. But what's in the way?
Larios is staying active on her back, and she's working on something with that wrist control.
She has that potential triangle. Also an arm. Look at that arm right there.
Watch out now. It's got her in the triangle and out.
But
And two submissions working at once.
But Escobar very patient. It's her professional debut, but boy, she handled that like a pro, like she's been in the game for some time. She didn't freak out, very patient, and was able to transition and get out of that and then take control again of the fight.
Saying it's her professional debut is a little misleading. It is a first professional fight, but the reason they're here making their debut is because they have done everything on their checklist.
They've done the work. They've put on the work.
Training, because they've got to be noticed, and Escobar certainly has been. All the way from Santiago, Chile.
And if you look at the amateur rules, maybe the differences is the timing, and of course on the rounds, you got 3 minutes instead of 5. In some states or even in some countries, you have to wear shin guards. Other things, they don't allow elbows. But for the most part, I mean, you're getting a real taste of what being a pro is all about.
Escobar mounted and now has the back, although Larios starting to slip underneath. Real active start for Escobar. She has thrown everything in the kitchen sink. Larios is out.
Watch out for that up kick. Could have hit Fernanda in the head.
Turn out the lights quick. Larios buckles in, changes the levels, and now she can be the aggressor.
It's been all Valentina here in this opening round of this fight. Great hip positioning there, using La Jaula to posture up. Raul Porrata's breaking it up. Taking it in the center of La Jaula.
Larios can't be too happy. She finally had the upper hand, and now they're up to their feet. 90 seconds to go. We've had first round knockouts in our first 2 fights here on Paramount Plus.
That's what it's all about inside La Jaula. Mucho más acción MMA. Get some knees from Fernanda. Valentina, I'm sure, will give just about the same. Got the underhook. Some knees to the side.
Escobar looking over at Raul Porrata. Maybe just wanted to hear that. Takedown is good. Larios battles back, bulldozes inside to Escobar.
Yeah, Larios needs to be cautious here with that head position. You notice there, Valentina did have an opportunity for a guillotine. Now it's a little difficult since she's really up close to the jaula. She tried to pick that right leg of Valentina. Just one-on-one wrestling right there.
Fernanda Clavados Larios from Guadalajara. Lost her first 2 fights, but you can see she is a talented fighter with a lot in her toolbox. Last fought April of last year. Her previous fight prior to that, November of 2020. 10 seconds to go, round 1.
And Larios just picked up the pace. She landed with a left shot to Valentina. Woo. Excited to see what's gonna happen in the second round.
good finish to the first round, and it has to be a little frustrating for Escobar, who did so well, had so many attempts to submit her opponent, but in the end was being pressed.
Sure, now with the open scoring too, this is going to be what the coach will tell her on a corner to pick up the pace. But Valentina, great stuff in her debut inside La Jaula here in Combate Global, showing us what she's all about. Great transitioning, good stuff on the floor. But Larios picked it up at the end of the round, throwing in that over right hand. As we get ready for the second chapter, Valentina throwing down Larios to the canvas. But Larios was very active on the ground game, searching for some submissions as she had triangle or armbar possibilities.
An eventful first round with Escobar applying all the pressure, the submission attempts, but Fernanda Larios in the last 60 to 90 seconds with the upper hand. Probably Escobar's round, and we do have open scoring here. The scores that we will show you are official, and the corners and the fighters can do what they want with that, as now it's turned into a stand-up battle.
Fernanda picking up the pace. Now she has become the aggressor, landing in some great shots right from the top. Same way she left off in the first round is same way she opened up the second round.
Multiple combinations. Good left though by Escobar, and a second left. Jab, jab, jab.
Just great exchange in both of these women inside La Jaula.
Good fight.
An inside kick from Larios. Valentina responds with a shot of her own.
Missing on the overhand right, badly there.
And Valentina's right eye, Max, is bruised. Watch out for that, because it could be busted open a little later if Fernanda keeps working on that eye.
Larios found a comfort zone, and she has Escobar reeling. Look at that front foot, center of the jaula. Push, 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 press.
She's jabbing away. Look how she works on. She knows that that right eye of Valentina is swollen. She's going to keep counting on it. And she struck her very hard. It's like she ran into a barricade.
By the way, Escobar turned 24 on Wednesday, so a belated happy birthday. Us April babies got to stick together. So we always wish each other the best.
How sweet it would be for a victory here tonight. A little late birthday cake will be extra sweet.
Oh, that really would. You can celebrate your birthday. You usually have about a month.
Sure.
For it to apply as a birthday celebration. But Larios applying the pressure. She has been on the front foot throughout this second round.
Larios has changed her game. Well, she did get connected. She did get clocked there. But Larios, good stuff from her. Different person in this second round. But she keeps getting in. She needs to be a little careful there with her hand positioning.
This is just a much different round altogether. Complete 180.
All stand up for the most part in this second round. Unlike the first one, where we saw a lot of transitioning in the jiu-jitsu game. Great inside kick from Larios, followed up by another by Fernanda.
Changes levels,
Valentina
sits her down. So this is great for Larios, as she is on track to win round 2. I think we both believe Escobar won round 1.
Well, good stuff from Fernanda, holding off to that right position and going to potentially bring her down. Yes, she does. Go for the takedown. But what I like about Valentina is as soon as she's in that takedown position, she quickly finds a way to get herself up somehow, some way.
Well, making her pro debut, this is where she learned some lessons. She is into the deep water now. Larios doesn't want to lose. This is a super important fight for her.
Larios even attempted for a half Nelson there at one point.
Gets under the chin.
As now Larios has the advantage on the mount. This is a shot. She can land some ground and pound here.
And now full mount, got the legs hooked in underneath. This is a precarious position for Escobar. She's put all the work in. She got off to a great start, but with a minute to go in round 2 and a big cut over her right eye.
Oh, now we might see a change of game here. Look at that arm max available. She just grabs the turn. No, now she's back in the mount.
And that's a big cut.
And there it is.
A big cut.
Larios knew that it was already swollen. She's been working on it. Hence, we get this blood spill on the canvas.
A dominant round here for Larios.
Good elbows, too, to that eye. That has to be frustrating for Valentina.
Well,
different change of pace from that first round, Max.
It sure is, and Larios is intent on ending this fight here. The damage, you can see it on the right brow of Escobar.
I'm sure the doctors would see it, but that should not be.
It should be okay, but it's deep.
All right, yeah. Good stuff from Larios. Look at her, she just positioning.
The way she settled in on the mount with authority. We are going to a third round. Everything to fight for. Larios walks away with the blood of her opponent all on her cheek and forehead. Feeling much better about her chances after that second round.
Change of pace here is a different fighter in Fernanda coming in this second round. For the most part, the first round belonged to Valentina, but Larios picked up the pace here. For the most part, this round, I would say it was just on the game, stand up, and then towards the end of it, landed in the ground and pound position. Here it is, an exchange of blows between both of these ladies. Larios connecting, swelling up Valentina's right eye. Great attempt there of a Superman punch, faking that cross and going in for the jab. Good stuff. We get her for the last round.
Corners out. Corners out.
It's pretty clear cut, unofficially. Whoever wins this third round is going to win this fight. Escobar dominant in round 1, Larios dominant in round 2, Larios in red. Both looking for their first pro victory.
I guess both these ladies now have the key to victory. Valentina taking her to the floor. That's where she had the full advantage. As for Larios, keep this fight.
That changes everything, and in a dominant position for Escobar.
Valentina now here with a head and arm throw. Larios in trouble. This is pretty much a mirror image of what we saw in that first round, but now Larios switching gears, grabbing onto both those legs, just pushing towards with that shoulder towards La Jaula. Now she has to do something here. Hook to both legs perhaps to keep her down, change the levels. Valentina switches, lands in the knees. You can let some elbows there as well. As for Larios, I would just get myself out of this clinch and bring it back to the center of La Jaula.
She switched it so nicely. You can see the profound gash over the right eye of Escobar, but nicely done by the cut team, as there's no bleeding, there's nothing with an issue in her eye.
Good stuff there from Valentina. There we go, the breakup there for our referee, Raul Porrata. This is where Larios wants to fight. This is where she had the advantage in the second episode. She has to be cautious though. She has to keep those hands up, not get sloppy, use that jab. That's what was working for her.
Such great activity from Larios. Never an idle moment. She keeps punching, kicking, applying pressure, foot on the pedal, knowing what's at stake. 3 minutes 10 to go here in our final round.
3 minutes is enough for her.
Oh, good left hand by Escobar.
Escobar has a jack of her trades as well, as she has.
Oh, another good left.
Some great hands in retaliation. Good stuff. And both these women bring. That's one thing about the Combate Global. You know, the women here, they always pick up the pace.
Yes, but great cardio for both. They are really with some tremendous output. Larios with the kick of the lead leg, a kick and a punch. They both have to know. They have to finish strong. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds between winning and losing, and it would be a huge victory for either of these two.
Right now, 10-yard line, 1 minute to go in the fourth quarter, Max. You have to shoot, you have to go for it.
It's great because they both know it. You can see it. There's no one's running. They're going in the middle. They both throwing as much as they can.
And Valentina
Sharp
with a
left.
nice right.
Puts her head down though. That's dangerous if you're Larios.
And Larios is tired, and that's why that hand positioning has kind of gotten a little sloppy.
Head down again.
Yep.
Straight left, Escobar.
And see how she turns the body mechanics, giving away her chin. If Valentina capitalizes, she could strike her with a straight. See if she's doing that, then she sees it. Great hand movement from Valentina. She's
5 or
still in
6
this fight.
punches, all connected from Escobar. That could be the difference. Another cross that connects.
Valentina keeps connecting. Larios just keeping herself open. See how she comes in with her head down, just swinging for the top.
Escobar might have won that fight in that 20-second stretch where it was punch, punch, cross, uppercut, jab, jab.
Another attempt of a head and arm throw, but this time around, Larios wasn't having it. Didn't give it to her.
Larios not quitting. Still with a minute and change to go to stem the tide and change the direction of this fight.
Knowing of the direction that this fight's been going, Max, I'm gonna have to say that Larios went to the clinch to kind of take a little breather here.
Yep. And she looked tired.
Another takedown.
Big time from Escobar with under a minute to go. Huge.
Look at Valentina, she's pretty confident. She knows this has this fight.
Incredible action, and these are our prelims, folks. Our main card coming, top of the hour, midnight Eastern time, wherever you're joining us all over the planet, especially here in the United States, Paramount Plus. Hope you're enjoying all the action. We're live from Miami. Overhead shot of La Jaula.
Side control here from Valentina. They told her 20 seconds. She's
Knee
still
to the
working
side.
though, working on those knees and the rib area. Larios gonna feel that tomorrow night. Larios here in a tough position, turning around perhaps.
Just a better engine. A little bit more wind
She
in the
needs to
sails.
be
An
going the
arm bar!
armbar. Oh!
How deep was that? It looked like Escobar was able to just get out of it. Fantastic action in the women's strawweight division. Escobar, Larios now await the verdict from the judges. It's going to be close, but Escobar in the last 90 seconds, 2 minutes of that fight,
She
may have
picked it.
separated herself.
In the first round, we saw a lot of her groundwork, and then in that third round, started off standing up. Larios, her tank, kind of just running low a little bit. You know, maybe she was driving for 400 miles, and the tank, you know, the gas was just running low. And for Escobar just picked it up. She smelled it and capitalized on it.
I know you at home are all looking at the same line as I am. 95% accuracy.
Insane.
It's hard to argue that because everything she threw found its target.
Larios just got sloppy towards the end. It seems that, you know, that gas tank just wasn't there when she was throwing her head.
But she threw so
down.
much. I mean, that was exhausting to watch.
She threw a lot. She did absolutely, and Escobar just smelled it. You know, she kept on hitting with that cross, finding the opening gaps, making it very difficult for Larios to win this fight, in my opinion. Again, it's not up to me, it's not up to Max, it's to the judges, as our judges will make our decision here. This third round is very critical, as we have seen the results for both the first and the second. But this one is for all the marbles as we await the final result.
We are back. The significance of decision, certainly appearing on the faces of Valentina Escobar and Fernanda Larios. It's Chile versus Mexico. Let's go to Lupe.
Después de 3 vueltas de mucha más acción, los jueces entregan tarjetas idénticas de 29 a 28 after 3 rounds of much more action. All 3 judges are in complete agreement with identical scorecards of 29 to 28. All in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision, los tres a favor de la vencedora por decisión unánime. En su debut profesional, Valentina
Eso Escobar. Gloria Bravo. Now Valentina Escobar, Chile, you got some fighters. 1-0. We'll be back with more Combate Global.